Welcome back. I am Rahana, and we are continuing our Let's Play of Gakuen Heaven 2. Last time we were in the student council room, talking about why the student council doesn't have any power right now, and as a reminder, that was because Joker from Duroc challenged the previous ace to many bets. The previous ace always accepted because he hated losing, except he lost every time, so that kind of inspired him to keep going, keep accepting the bets. Unfortunately, he lost every single bet. The student council has really no rights or responsibilities anymore. They don't even have furniture in their room at the moment, because it was all lost to Duroc. So now we're going to continue with something a bit lighter here.
Asahina? 生徒会長職を簡単に引き受けて後悔をしていませんか?
And Takato is asking, don't you regret accepting being the student council president so easily?
正直に申し上げますと、現状で生徒会長になっても得なことはあまりありません。
And you really don't gain anything by becoming the student council president at this point in time.
華々しい仕事はすべてデュラックのものです。我々には権限も机や椅子すらありません。
And all the important rights and responsibilities have been taken by Duroc. We don't even have furniture.
畳はあるよ。
But we have a tatami.
あなたは黙っていてください。
You please be quiet.
学食では数丼しか食べられず、仕事は地味な裏方作業ばかりで、しかも前生徒会長は失踪中。劣悪な条件と言っても過言ではないでしょう。
So he's just kind of summing up here and adding, you know, it's not going too far to call this a pathetic situation.
ですから、辞退していただいても構いません。
So, I don't mind if you want to quit.
辞退。
あなたは腕章を受け取らなかった。エースの交代はなかったということにするのです。
So at this point, he's offering to Yuki, hey, you can just return the armband, it will be like it never happened, and he can just continue on with his normal school life without worrying about this mess that he really didn't understand when he accepted the armband. He just took it without knowing any of the circumstances behind the student council or anything that's going on with Duroc or all of that.
だけど、もし君が生徒会長を続けてくれるなら、俺たちは全力で君をサポートする。
But of course, if you continue being the student council president, we'll give you our full support.
何があっても君の味方だし、君にだけ苦労はさせない。
And we'll always be on your side.
この学園には、俺たちには、君のようなエースが必要なんだ。
This school and we of the student council, we need an ace like you.
さあ、どうしますか?
So, what will you do? And here we get to decide. You can either choose, let me think about it a bit, or just, without hesitation, accept, yes, I'll be the student council president. And because we're following Tomo's path here, that's the answer that, you know, brings you closer to him, so we'll choose that.
生徒会長、やってみます。
And I'll do it. I'll be the student council president.
引き受けてくれるのか? はい。だって、俺裏方とか嫌いじゃないし、それに畳の部屋っていうのも面白いから。
And Yuki doesn't like going back on what he's said he would do, and you know he also thinks this room with the tatami is kind of interesting.
そうか。
この腕章を受け取った時は何のことだかよくわからなかったけど。
And you know he admits that he didn't really know what was going on when he accepted the armband.
託されて引き受けたからにはやってみたい。
But since he accepted it, he wants to try.
俺がやってもいいんですよね。
Is it okay?
もちろん。
Of course.
だから学食であの豪華ランチが食べられなくても。
It's like, but I can't eat that lunch in the cafeteria.
食べられなくても。
Can't eat it. Sigh.
生徒会長にならなかったら、あの豪華ランチが毎日。
And if I wasn't the student council president, I could eat that wonderful lunch every day.
本格的な和洋中の定食メニューに、テレビや雑誌でしか見たことのないおしゃれな料理。
And that amazing variety on the menu, you know, things I've only seen on TV or in magazines.
名前も聞いたことのないような高級素材を使ったスペシャルメニュー。
The high-class special menu items with names that I haven't even heard of.
どうやら問題は。
It seems like that's the
本
problem.
当に昼食の内容だけのようですね。
It really is the cafeteria.
だとしたら、朝日奈くん。よかったら、これをどうぞ。
And so Kuya has a brilliant idea. He says, well, if it's okay, you can have this.
パン
It's bread.
なんかすごく豪華なサンドですね。
Or it's actually a really good looking sandwich.
購買で限定5個。この学園で一番人気のスペシャルサンドだ。
And apparently it's the most popular sandwich in the school. You can buy it at the school store, but there's only 5 of them available every day.
パンにナポリタンスパゲティとハンバーグととんかつと。
So apparently this bread has spaghetti, hamburgers, tonkatsu, all sorts of stuff in it, which sounds kind of weird. I mean, I like those things, but all of them individually, please. But hey, Yuki, he's kind of weird.
パンに隠れて見えないが、奥には一度焼いてとろけたラクレットチーズが散りばめられている。
And it's got all sorts of other stuff in it. It's got some sort of cheese.
ラクレットチーズ？
これが最高に美味しいんだ。
It's the most delicious.
それはもうアルプスに住む無垢な少女になったかのような気持ちが味わえるほどに。
And it's like you can, when you eat it, you can taste the feelings of the milkmaids from the Alps and all this stuff.
どんな気持ちなんですかそれ？
What does that feel like?
それを味わうためにも、さあ食べてみたまえ。
And Kuya's like, just eat it. You'll understand when you eat it.
じゃあいただきます。
So Yuki digs in,
うまい。
and it's super delicious.
だろ？
とんかつとハンバーグっていうタイプの違うお肉を包み込むナポリタンのトマトケチャップ。
And Yuki will go on for a little bit, kind of talking about all the different ingredients that have gone in here, which is kind of interesting. He'll do this multiple times with food throughout the game, where he'll eat something and he'll just go off on this big long thing about reviewing it, almost like a food critic. He's not a food critic, but if he ever wanted to be one in the future, he'd probably be pretty good at it.
それに奥深いコクと味わいを与えるこのラクレットチーズの旨味。それになんて言ってもパン。小麦の味がしっかりしているからこれだけ強烈な具材にも負けてない。
And the bread is really good too.
適当に見えるけどすごいよこのサンド。バランスが完璧だ。
And with all these different ingredients, somehow this sandwich is still perfectly balanced.
おや、随分と的確な。
And Takato's kind of surprised, like, wow, that's a very precise description.
あ、俺実家がパン屋なんです。だから惣菜パンにはちょっとこだわりがあって。
So we actually get to learn a little bit more about Yuki and his family here. He mentions that his family owns a bakery. So he knows a lot about bread.
でもこのサンド本当に美味しいです。
And this sandwich is really delicious.
これ食べたら父さん感激するだろうな。
And if his dad ate it, even his dad would be impressed with this sandwich.
しかも出来たてだともっと美味しい。
ごくり。
それはまた次の機会に。競争率が高いが我が生徒会長のためなら必ず手に入れてみせる。
And Kuya is kind of talking about how it's so hard to get your hands on this super popular and not produced a lot sandwich, but you know, for the sake of the student council president, I would do it.
それからこちらも。
And this too. There's a pop sound.
炊飯器。あれ、いい匂い。
And there's a really good smell coming from the rice cooker right now.
炊飯器でできる簡単便利なバナナケーキです。どうぞ。
And it's an easy and convenient banana cake that you can make in the rice cooker. I need to learn about this.
美味しい。
同様にチョコレートケーキやチーズケーキなど様々なバリエーションをいつでも作って差し上げましょう。
And Takato knows how to make different types of cake in here, so he can make a chocolate cake or a cheesecake.
生徒会長にならば。
If you become the student council president,
いつでも
anytime,
しかも食べ放題です。
and all you can eat.
食べ放題。
All you can eat!
いかがです、生徒会長。
So how about it, student council president?
やる。
I'll do it!
君は
And Kuya kind of has a little pang of conscience here. He's like, okay, I was not expecting this to work so well.
いや君が生徒会長をやってくれることは嬉しい。大歓迎だしありがとうと言いたい。
And, well, he's happy that you want to be the student council president, and he wants to say, you know, thank you and welcome, but...
だが食べ物に釣られる前にもう少し考えた方がいいんじゃないか。
Shouldn't you think about it a little more before you're lured in by just food?
え、なんで？
Huh? Why? I mean, that's just really Yuki in a nutshell. I mean, he just makes up his mind to do whatever thing, and then he's just like, why? Why would I think about that some more? Why would I not decide to join the student council just because of random banana cakes and sandwiches? I mean, come on.
なんでじゃないだろう。
Don't be like, just why?
でも
And he's just munching away here.
俺はこの腕章をくれた元エースに引き受けるって言ったんです。約束は守らないと。
And he's also adding to this, so he doesn't seem quite so simplistic. I made a promise. I took the armband from the previous ace, and I want to keep my promise.
それに鷺森さんが腕章をつけてくれた時、俺すごく嬉しかったから。
And I was so happy when you pinned the armband on me.
朝比奈くん、
Why is Kuya blushing? I wonder.
ありがとう。
And Yuki's kind of thinking back to that
あと
time.
君が
And he's wondering, what did he mean by protecting? What needs to be protected here? So his thoughts here are kind of, does this guy just kind of feel responsible because he lost all the responsibilities to Joker? Is there something going on with Joker? Or does he just kind of get carried away really easily and he was just being dramatic? He's not really sure.
Oi.
But interrupting his thoughts, you have somebody new come in. And it's Chiba, and Yuki doesn't remember his name right away. He's thinking, oh, it was the guy who was with Joker before.
やあ、千葉先輩。相変わらず不愛想だな。
And Kuya greets him and says, you're as unsociable as usual.
先輩？鷺森さんって3年ですよね。
And Kuya has referred to Chiba as Senpai, his senior, which is surprising to Yuki because he's thinking, well, Kuya is a third-year student. There's only 3 years at the school. What's going on with that?
まさか卒業生？
Is he a graduate?
違う。
And Chiba says no.
年こそ彼の方が下だが、剣においては先輩だ。
And I think I mentioned this before, but the ties that the students wear are color-coded, for those who are actually wearing the standard school uniform, or at least the tie, you can tell what year that they're in. So Chiba has a red tie, that means he's a second year. Yuki has kind of a bluish-green tie, that means he's a first year, and then Takato has a blue tie, that makes him a third year. Kuya would be wearing that tie too, but he's decided to wear a frilly shirt instead, which is kind of interesting because in Gakuen Heaven 1 they kind of make a big deal saying that the only part of the school uniform that you're required to wear is the shirt with the collar and the big cuffs that you'll see everybody else wearing. So I don't really know how Kuya's getting away with wearing whatever he wants there, but we'll just go with it. And, alright, so anyway, back to what Kuya is saying here. He's saying, it's not age, but Chiba is his senpai in the sword. So they both practice sword arts. Chiba does kendo, and Kuya does fencing.
何しろ、彼は哺乳瓶と一緒に木刀を握っていたのだから。
And he was saying he's been holding a sword along with his baby bottle. He grew up with it.
話を盛るな。
いや、謙遜はよしたまえ。
You don't have to be so
そうして
modest.
幼い頃より日々絶え間なく精進した結果、今の千葉先輩があるのですから。
And practicing every day, training every day since you were very young is why you're as skilled as you are today. That's why you're my senpai, my senior.
俺は常日頃より先輩の剣の腕を心から尊敬している。
And I truly respect your sword skills from the bottom of my heart.
貴様、ふざけるな。
I was like, are you kidding? Don't make fun of me. He thinks Chiba is interpreting this as him mocking him instead of actually complimenting him.
お？やる？
Oh, you want to fight?
で、ご用は？
And it kind of makes you wonder, maybe the reason why those windows are busted back there is because Chiba and Kuya got into it in the student council room. Probably not, but it's kind of interesting to consider the possibility. And Takato wants to defuse the situation. He says, yeah, what do you want?
どうせジョーカーから何か伝言があるんで
Do
し
you
ょ
have some sort of message from Joker?
お前らにじゃない。
It's not for you.
朝比奈。
It's for Asahina.
俺？
ジョーカー様からだ。
手紙？
And it's a letter.
やあ、新エース君。新しい学園生活を満喫できてるかい？
Hey, new ace. Are you satisfied with your new school life?
新エースとしてろくな目に遭ってないかと思うけど、そんな君に素敵なプレゼントを用意したよ。
And he's prepared a nice present for
今
you.
夜、デュラック主催で 君のために歓迎会を開いてあげる。
And tonight there is going to be a welcome party in the cafeteria sponsored by Duroc for Yuki.
だから夜になったら学食においで。必ずね。
So when it gets dark, make sure you come to the cafeteria.
朝比奈ゆうきくんが僕を楽しませてくれるのを心より楽しみにしているよ。
And I look forward to seeing how you can entertain me.
ジョーカーより。
歓迎会。
And Yuki, being kind of simple here, doesn't really pick up on the veiled threat here. He just gets a little excited about the thought of a welcome
デ
party.
ュラック主催ですか。
Takato has not missed this, and he says, but it's sponsored by Duroc.
そうだ。
That's right.
朝比奈、参加するな。
Are you coming?
もちろん。
Of course.
じゃあ、携帯を出せ。
And they end up exchanging email addresses.
はい。メアド。
うん。
わかりました。それじゃあ俺のも。
おう。じゃあ。
Okay, and as Chiba's about to leave, Kuya stops him and says, let Joker know that I'm coming too.
私も出席します。よろしいでしょう。
And Takato says, I'm also coming. Is that alright?
伝えておく。
And Chiba says, fine, I'll let him know.
一緒に来てくれるんですか？
And Yuki's kind of happy that these two are going to come with him.
君のことが心配だ。
But it's because we're worried about you.
心配？
ジョーカーのことです。何をしてくるかわかりません。
Because it's Joker, we don't know what he's going to do.
朝比奈、これは私のメールアドレスです。今のうちに登録しておいてください。
So they also exchange email addresses with
俺の連
Yuki.
絡先も。
脅かさないでくださいよ。二人とも。
And that's
用
kind
心
of
するに越した
worrying
こと
him.
はありません。相手はあのジョーカーですから。
そうだ。あのジョーカーだからな。
まあ、そんな不安そうな顔をしなくても。
So after all this, after they get him kind of riled up, Takato says, "Don't look so worried.
誰のせいですか？
Whose fault is that?"
でも、学食集合ってことは、きっと美味しいものが食べられるぞ。
But if it's in the cafeteria, there'll definitely be some delicious things to eat.
そうか。デュラック主催だったら園田さんの料理が食べられるかもしれないってことか。
And that kind of perks him up again. He's thinking, "Oh yeah, if it's sponsored by Duroc, then Sonoda must be doing the cooking."
楽しみになってきたぞ。
He's looking forward to that.
それはよかった。
ええ、本当に単純で。
He really is simple.
ああ、それと朝比奈くん。
はい。
同じ生徒会の仲間になったんだ。君のことは勇気と呼ぶけど、構わないか？
And since, we're friends in the student council together, is it okay if I just call you Yuki?
もちろんです。
俺のことはクーヤと呼ぶといい。あと敬語もいらないぞ。友達だと思って気楽にやってほしい。
And Kuya says, "All right, then just call me Kuya too. Don't use any polite language or anything. I want you to think of me as a friend."
了解。
Okay.
じゃあ後でここに漫画持ってきてもいい？
So hey, can I bring some comics here later?
君がトップなんだ。好きにしていいに決まってる。
You're the boss. You do what you want.
ジュースは？
クーラーボックスしかないから冷やすなら氷も用意した方がいいぞ。
So Kuya's saying, they don't really have anything to keep it cool, but if you bring some ice, we can keep it in some sort of cooler.
じゃあ
本当に気楽な人たちです。
He really is pretty easygoing. And that's the end of the scene with the student council. We'll go on to the party next. So I'll stop here. So we'll see if Yuki's happy humming here is justified. We'll find out what happens to him at the welcome party in the next video. Thanks for watching.